Indeed it is, Jason, and welcome back. The Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us, as Jason Aldean just put it, the Tiger Bowl. Auburn ranked 10th in the country, and the LSU Tigers here on their home field in Baton Rouge. Well behind their home team now after the win on the road over Florida a week ago. And those fans in from the Plains think they've got something special with their group of Tigers. Take a look at the standings in the SEC West, and it looks like this. Alabama on top, Auburn right there with them. Alabama's got a date with Arkansas coming up later. LSU trying to get in there in the 2-1 category with Texas A&M. And we welcome you, everybody, to Death Valley. Brad Nessler along with Gary Danielson. It has not been a good 24 hours for Cats in the top 10. Cougars of Washington State and the Tigers of Clemson both upset last night. Now we've got 10th ranked Auburn. And Gary, we get into the second half of the season, and this is where you really find out what you're made of.
You know, Brad, this season has a lot of feel like 2007 when everything happened all the way to the last game. I know we all like to try to predict what's going to happen. Maybe we should just calm down and watch the games.
Well, right now, Auburn only one blemish on their record, and that was to a different streak of Tigers, Clemson. But they come in, they've won 3 straight in the SEC, and they've got great balance on defense and offense.
You know what they have is they put together now 4 straight recruiting classes, and they've got options and they've got stars. They're very deep. No matter where you look, they've got players that make plays. Jeff Holland has taken over for Carl Lawson. He's a playmaker at the defensive end spot and on offense. The question mark going into the season was, without a rushing quarterback, could Auburn run the ball? Well, Kerryon Johnson, without having Cameron Petway there, has showed that they can, and they have a slinger at quarterback. Jarrett Stidham started a little slow, a little rusty, but in the last few weeks, he's bringing a passing attack to this Auburn team that will serve them well when they play late in the season, Georgia and Alabama.
Well, a week ago, we were talking about LSU coming off an embarrassing loss here. Then they go to Florida, win in the Swamp. They showed some guts. Can they carry that over?
You know, Brad, if you're an LSU fan, I think you ask your players to lay it all on the field. And last week, I thought the leaders of this team, Darius Geis, the quarterback, Danny Etling, it all wasn't pretty. But they played injured. There's Rashard Lawrence coming off the field. He went back in and played the game. Will Clapp gets injured. He's even questionable today. At one time during this game, LSU was playing 3 true freshmen in this game, and they gutted out that win. LSU fans have to be very proud of their team.
And we check in with our most impressive athlete, Allie LaForce.
Did Gary just agree that I was the most impressive athlete on the crew? I'm going to take that compliment any day. Guys, there's a reason that LSU prefers to play at night here in Death Valley. The fans are as intimidating as any in all of college football. So when Coach O found out they were playing on CBS, he told the fans, start drinking that coffee early. But another factor during the day is the heat. It is 90 and humid in the middle of October here in Baton Rouge. And so LSU turns to what it calls its secret weapon. The school performed 2 years worth of sweat studies with their sports science department. And they found out that more important than losing electrolytes was the sodium level. So they use a product that they called hydrology, which was actually created by former quarterback Matt Flynn, who is here being honored with the 2007 National Championship team. They put it in the water and they put it in the Gatorade and help boost those sodium levels. Auburn had a much more simple approach. Their defensive coordinator, Kevin Steele, said, oh, you're thirsty and you're hot? Get 3 and out. We'll have plenty of fans and water waiting for you on the sideline. Something to monitor throughout the game, though, guys.
Send some of that stuff up here, Allie. LSU won the toss and deferred. We promised sometime this year we're going to do a game when it's not 90 degrees or feeling like 95 or 100. But we've got the same today as we had last week and the week before. LSU leads the all-time series. This is the 52nd edition. And the last time Auburn won here was 1999. That's a long time ago. Cameron Gamble's got it teed up. Coach Orgeron coming off one of the biggest wins of his career, he told us, in that victory over Florida. We'll see if it carries over. And Gus Malzahn on the other side in his 5th season.
You know it's hot when Gus doesn't wear the sweater vest.
Exactly. And we're underway in Death Valley. And this one will not be returned. We'll bring it out to the 25. And we check the Chick-fil-A starting lineups led by the guy that Gary already talked about. Jarrett Stidham, who was out last year after his freshman season at Baylor and came on highly touted. Had a little bit of a rocky start early, but he's really come on the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you can't help but love his arm ability. He's been very, very accurate. And one thing he has learned, with this defense, you don't need to score a lot of points to win. You do not have to force the ball.
Kerryon Johnson in the backfield. They fake it to him. Stidham wants to throw an out. And a one-handed catch.
Man, what a throw.
That was pretty impressive. Canella, the tight end.
And Stidham had a rusher, I think it was Lockature, right in his face. And he threw that retreating and going to his right at the same time.
So they go hurry up after a pickup of 8. And here's Johnson breaking into the secondary. Down the sideline. Coming off a big game a week ago with over 200 yards, and he's got a first down there.
Talked about that first pass. They roll out Lockature on the right side of your screen. Well, that's actually the run, the second play right there. The first pass, he throws it. The second play is a hurry-up run to the right side, and they tack on yards. Both teams, interestingly, have told us in our meetings they want to start fast, actually for the same reason. They want to keep, one team wants to get the crowd in the game, the other team wants to keep the crowd out of the game.
And right now, Auburn's in the game and in LSU territory already at the 33-yard line. Here's a toss out to Johnson. Nice stiff arm. Picked up maybe a yard out of it.
You know, and to top that off, if you're Gus Malzahn, you've been part of this. You have been part of an offense that has come here since the last 4 times and have trailed at the half 83-3. So he knows he does not want to get down in this game and get the crowd in the game.
Stidham looks to the sideline, has a word with his offensive front. Straight ahead. Johnson got about 3 out of that. We take a look at the rest of the Auburn lineup. Austin Golson, who can play any position on that offensive line, and might today.
Well, the big note on there, 4 seniors playing in this game for Auburn on that line, and that's going to be a big contrast to LSU's offensive line.
Leading third down conversion team in the conference with a 3rd and 6 here on their opening drive. Stidham going to go deep down the right sideline, and did he catch it? Nope.
It was really good coverage that time by Grant Delpit, number 9. Bumped out to the outside. He lists him as a safety, but he bumps out man-to-man. Actually a perfect throw, but darn good coverage.
Here's another look, and Eli Stove had it, lost it. And out comes the field goal unit with one of the best in the business.
Kind of staring right into the sun on that play, too.
Leading scorer in SEC history. Hit 6 field goals a year ago in this matchup. This one from 46 yards out. High snap. Kick up. Hit the right upright and went through. It's good.
What a weapon, huh?
Daniel Carlson, you're not kidding. Just a couple minutes into the game, Auburn's offense stalled, but you can always count on this guy.
Yeah.
Point number 416.
And when you're a defense and you hold the team at home to no touchdowns and lose, you can get frustrated. But still a good stop by LSU. Just wanted to mention, Brad, I got a text from Vern. He just said one word, doink.
I should have added that in there.
Exactly.
Okay. Next time it goes off the right upright, Vern, it's a doink. I got it. And this one, they're going to keep it in and bring it out to the 25. And with that, let's check the Chick-fil-A starting lineups for the Tigers of LSU, led by their quarterback, Danny Etling. There's his numbers on the year.
Yeah, and truthfully, Danny knows, and everybody connected with the program knows, the coaching staff knows, he has to up his game. If they're going to beat the Auburn defense, one of the best defenses we have in this league, they need a better performance, all-around performance from Danny Etling. Decision-making and throwing.
He knows it. Matt Canada knows it. We talked to those guys about it yesterday. motion on a bootleg. He's going to throw on first down, and he threw it right into the back of the defender.
He had a lot of pressure, though, right in his face as he let it go. I mean, that's really tough. I mean, you got Marlon Davidson right in your face, a little bootleg, and they were ready for it. As he lets it go, he's got pressure, underthrows it, and just kind of, you know, maybe 5 yards short on the throw. And
they got Montavious Atkinson right in the numbers, though.
Yes. Trey Williams is not playing, not starting. That's why Montravius is in the game.
Here's Williams, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Not going down, and finally does, but no gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the LSU offense. The rest of the group looking like this. Sadiq Charles, there's the 3 freshmen on the offensive line that are starting, and that's tough in anybody's league.
I think Adrian McGee is in the game at right tackle, though, in this game. I think they might have made a late switch in the game. So now only two freshmen. Yes.
And a redshirt one.
Yes.
3rd down and 10. Etling, late pressure coming, going deep down the middle's got a man in Turk, and he's got it and dropped it, and Auburn scoops it up at the 37. Going the other way, Carlton Davis. So a big pass play and then a fumble.
Yeah, it was an in and go. They ran it in practice on Thursday. First play, a 2-minute drill. Watching it in and go, a double move. He had time to do it. Chark makes the catch. And then Stephen Roberts comes over and makes the tackle. You got to hold on to it. They're dying LSU for big plays. They finally get a big play, and they put the ball in the turf.
That part was good. That part, not so much. Auburn ball with a 3-point lead when we come back. A moment here to check the LSU defense. And it got younger in the secondary because even though Coach Orgeron told Allie that John Battle would play, Eric Monroe is the starter. So we'll wait and see when Battle comes in there. He's the guy they look to in that secondary for leadership. So they've got 3 freshmen back there.
And remember, they already lost a safety, Ed Paris, so that's 2 of their safeties out, guys they counted on in that second level.
Keep it on the ground after the turnover. Kerryon Johnson.
Something to watch for LSU. They don't have as many bodies in the defensive front as Auburn does. Auburn will go 10 deep in their defensive front. LSU will go about 6. They got the same lineup in there again. Can they last all day with their #1 group out there?
2nd down and 7. Ball just shaded into LSU territory. Stidham loading and going long. Got a man wide open, and he's got him, and it's Hastings touchdown. Will Hastings, a 49-yard touchdown.
Well, if you're a quarterback, when you got your slot matched up against the safety, you say, I got exactly what I want. There you go. You got your slot matched up on Delpit the safety. Safety's thinking Hastings is a short option runner. Not this time. One move and he beats him by a mile. Look at that. Center field wide open. Perfect throw. Great protection up front. And the big play from Auburn.
And Will Hastings, quick as an eye blink. Shows you why there. Carlson in for the point after. Kick is up and good. And Auburn wanted a fast start. You can't get much faster than 3.5 minutes into the game with a 10-point lead. 52 yards in just 2 plays. The 49-yard long ball to Hastings, and the Auburn Tigers up 10-0. That's Hastings' 3rd touchdown catch of the year and his longest so far. He had a 47-yarder earlier in the season. Carlson's been a busy kicker already. And this one won't be returned either.
So when will we see, as Brad said, the first jet sweep action? Not yet.
Just a toss to Geis. Puts his head down and goes for almost 5. Montavious Russell in on the stop. LSU wanted so badly to use the crowd to their advantage, and Auburn has taken that out of it so far. At the 45, 2nd down and 6. Geis made one man miss, cuts up inside. Nifty run, but not going to be a first down.
They keep pushing. They keep pushing. As Brad mentioned, the jet sweep really turned this Florida defense inside out. Matt Canada, offensive coordinator, came up with the package early, and until about the third quarter of the game, Florida really didn't really get their defense planted with their cleats in the ground.
And the wide receivers ended up out rushing the running backs a week ago. Here they just need a yard. 3rd and 1. Geis, whoops, stop action, and down he goes. That didn't work so well. Nick Coe makes the stop and a loss on the play.
Again, I mean, you have, elite defensive linemen playing against that's a busted assignment right there. Nobody blocked Nick Coe at all. Left tackle turns out at the play and just releases the man at the point of attack. It's not going to work.
So what looked like a nice offensive march for LSU runs into a Zach Von Rosenberg punt. And Auburn clears everyone out of there. It's going to be down by LSU around the 16 or 17-yard line. And Auburn, their defense comes up with a big stop. Their offense will have it back with a 10-point lead when we come back. So Auburn with a 10-point lead and going with a wildcat here. Kerryon Johnson hurdles a couple of would-be tacklers and gets out to the 26.
Yeah, they're going to dice in a little bit of this wildcat with Kerryon Johnson. We do expect to see Cameron Petway today. Talked to Gus yesterday. He said he's a little more healthy. Wants to get him 10 or 15 carries in the game.
Johnson got 7 on that last carry. Hastings in motion now, stops, and they're going to flip it out to him. He's got a lot of room in front of him. Got a first down. Let's check in with Allie.
LSU's John Didle showed his leadership on the sidelines, getting right up in freshman Grant Delpit's face and saying, "You're better than that. I want no excuses." He said, "You know exactly what's coming. You can be better than that. Don't hang your head. Let's move on to the next series."
He told us yesterday the biggest thing for those freshmen is telling them and teaching them how to play big boy football. This is big boy football. First down at the 36. Johnson, nice cut to the right. Dices his way through some traffic and got it out to the 42.
In this game, Dave Aranda is going to move Arden Key inside to play defensive tackle. Arden, watch what it's like to play defensive tackle. Boom! Got blown right off the ball. This offensive line with a lot of seniors have seen a lot of looks, and they can run block.
I think he likes the edge a little better.
Yes, I like the edge.
Yeah.
He's lined up there again.
2nd and 3. Same play. First down. Lockett made the stop, but Johnson's got the first down for Auburn. So Gus Malzahn's opening drive went 46 yards, ended in a Carlson field goal. Second time after the fumble return. A 48-yard touchdown pass to Hastings, and they've got it working again. First down at the 47. Here's a wildcat again. Kerryon Johnson broke a tackle.
What a great cut.
Man.
In the hole.
I mean, he's 212 pounds and he's shifty.
Absolutely. They say he's a great short yardage runner, but look at that cut right in the middle of all the traffic. Up front, getting a lot of clean out. Darius James did a nice job pushing his guy past. Modern day offensive blocking is push your guy any direction he wants to go. Our running back will find a crack.
Stidham, late blitz, in trouble. Buys himself some time and then goes down for a loss.
Yeah, see, that's almost exactly what was happening in the Clemson game with some of the sacks. Let's look at Casey Dunn. I think there was 3 plays ago that Casey Dunn injured his right leg. Right, obviously, center right in the middle of the thing. Let's take a peek and see exactly what happened. He starts out to his left and then bumps when the pile gets pushed into his right leg.
Well, here's a long yardage situation for the Tigers. They haven't been in this situation so far today. 3rd and 14.
It's a must stop for this LSU defense. They can't let Auburn convert here.
They throw out in the flat wide out screen, and they're going to get not only a big play and a first down, but they might get a touchdown out of it. All the way inside the 5 is Ryan Davis.
Well, I'll tell you, Chip Lindsey is living in Dave Aranda's, the defensive coordinator's, head right now. He expected the blitz. He got the blitz. Wide receiver screen. Look at all the guys downfield. He's got a convoy. Tries to set up every block and gets a huge, big play out of 3rd and long. LSU went man-to-man blitz on 3rd and 13.
And it's a 52-yard pickup to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal there.
There they go. The touchdown maker is going to get the direct snap.
And he's going to take it straight ahead. And 13th score of the year, Kerryon Johnson.
Yep. The only possible way that this doesn't count is if his knees touched just before he crossed the line. But they go Wildcat, and they score touchdowns.
Here's another look. Kerryon Johnson diving forward.
His knee came down, but where was the ball when his knee came down? You got to slow it way down. Knee down about the 1. Man,
Football's already over.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think
touchdown.
so too. They'll take a look at it.
Boy, for a team that was behind 83-3 the last visits here, this is huge for Auburn.
Carlson for the point after.
Uh-oh. Bobbled snap.
Up and good. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
I think Tyler Stovall fumbled the snap, but got it down.
And this guy got it in the end zone for the 13th time this year. 17-0 Auburn. I got to wonder if the Tigers of LSU are going to survive a 17-0 deficit.
Yeah, and they're offensively challenged anyway. This is kind of the worst case scenario for them starting out.
Darius Geis, a single setback.
First look of the jet sweep action.
And it's a play fake, and here comes the rush, and down goes Etling, and it's Jeff Holland.
I'll tell you, I've watched a lot of tape on Auburn, and I've watched a lot of football in the SEC in the last 12 years. This front is elite. There's as many athletes in the front, 8, 9, 10 for Auburn this year as teams like Alabama and Florida in the past. Or, I'll tell you another one, LSU in the past. In the past.
In the past. Holland, he plays that buck position, they call it, and that's his sack number 5.5 on the season. Here's Williams, and Williams got an opening up the middle. Darrell Williams, good gain, still going to be 3rd down.
So here we go right now. This quarterback's down right now. You got to come through for your team. Your defense is sucking wind a little bit. They can't stop them. You need at least 2 or 3 first downs. You know Auburn and Kevin Steele is going to come with their dime package. They're going to play combo coverages all over the field. 6 defensive backs on the field.
Tight end Moreau on the right side. Chark in motion. Settles in, and here's a shovel pass to Williams, and he's short. Boy, Auburn was waiting right there for him. Nick Ruffin made the tackle.
Yeah, well coached. You can see almost a lack of confidence for this LSU offense. On a 3rd and medium, they really didn't trust their offensive line. Remember, they had just gotten pummeled on the last one. They try to gimmick a first down, and the Auburn defense is very solid. Ruffin does his job, and it's an easy stop.
Von Rosenberg to punt again. Roberts again will try to clear his teammates out of the way and just let it drop down around the 21-yard line. Comes back to join Stidham in the backfield on first down. And he gets the carry again. Whoa, broke one tackle and then ran into Locouture.
Yeah, that time Devin White, number 40, got in there and forced Kerryon to make a cut. He was not running as tough behind his pads, and Lockature gets the cleanup. Watch number 40, makes the cut right there. Actually, it wasn't. It was 48, Danny Alexander that forced it, Donnie Alexander, and then Lockature cleans it up.
Johnson will stay in the Wildcat here on 2nd and 9. Waits for his blockers. Doesn't find any. Nice play by Key. And he got help from Gilmore.
Yeah, Jarrett Stidham's looking over at the bench and going, are you aware that I'm completing almost 80% of my passes on the year? I just want to let you know over there.
Coach, I'm number 1 in the conference in percentage.
Right.
Well, one group of Tigers had their way with the other. 17-0 at the end of the first quarter for Auburn. We'll return to Baton Rouge after this message and a word from your local station. Set to start the second quarter with Auburn up by 17 here in Baton Rouge.
Going to go Tony Romo on here and predict that they're not going to blitz. What do you want to be a part of that one?
Whatever you want to do.
I don't think they're going to do that again.
3rd down and 9. Stidham, pocket holds up for him. Long ball near sideline.
Man,
if he caught it, it was a beauty.
Yes, it was.
Is he in? He is.
Dropped it right down the chimney.
The stovepipe to Darius Slayton.
Look at this throw. Ball's way up here. Watch this thing come right down the chimney. Can't stop that one, and a fingertip catch with his left foot in.
Everything going right for Auburn right now.
Darius Slayton was struggling with injuries so early this year. He is their deep threat, and boy, great catch, great throw.
Now they go Wildcat. Kerryon Johnson. Johnson gets a couple.
Jarrett Stidham said, that's what I'm kind of talking about, Coach.
I can throw it pretty well. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson. You know, everything that could go right for the Auburn Tigers has, and everything go wrong for LSU in that first quarter.
And they've earned it. You know, they can run the ball. They can throw the ball. They can stop the run. They're very aggressive in the secondary. They're a good, solid football team. LSU needed to play really well. You know, that early turnover on the completed pass, you know, that was the one, they would love to have that play back.
Johnson in the backfield, fake the end around to Davis. Stidham fires too high, intended for Hastings at around the 5.
Yeah, I thought way too late, too. Hastings had him with a kind of a post-corner move. This ball, look at that. This ball's thrown to the sideline. It isn't. It's way too high to the inside of the field. It had to be led away from the safety. It kind of sailed on Stidham that time.
If Will was 6'3", maybe, but not at 5'10".
Yeah. Grant Delpit, number 9, is going, I thought as safety, I just had to play safety. What's all this covering these guys?
They're going to try to throw a screen and throw it in the dirt. Nice job by LSU defensively. You know, last year, it was all field goals in Auburn's 18-13 win because of this guy. From 29, 29, 31, 37, and 51. 6 field goals for Daniel Carlson in that win. Single game school record. And now he comes out, and this is going to be about a 48-yard attempt.
38-yard line. Time at 38.
You see his numbers on the year.
Carlson is the
SEC's all-time leading scorer. His first one hit the right uprights and went in. His second one is going to curl right in there beautifully.
Sure did.
48-yard field goal. What a weapon to have. You don't think about kickers until you don't have a good one. Auburn's got a good one. Yelberton Abraham Tittle, who passed away in his locker. They honor him with a locker today before the game. Passed away at the age of 90 on Sunday. Pro Football Hall of Famer, MVP of the Giants in '63, 7 Pro Bowls. He was one of the really good ones, the Bald Eagle.
Really was. Can't talk about NFL football without talking about Y.A. Tittle, can you?
That's for sure. I think he was actually drafted #1 in 2 different years, the NFL and the Old American Football Conference. Finally a kick to be returned, and returned pretty well.
Yeah, got to come back, though.
Flag back at the 19. Y.A. one of 3 former Tigers who are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, along with Steve Van Buren and Jim Taylor. Right now, they could use all those guys. They're down 20-0, and they've got it at the 10-yard line after the penalty on the kick return. Darius Geis, the single setback. 2 tight ends in for the Tigers. And it's Geis. His best run of the day. Picks up about 13, maybe 14.
Right side.
That gives him a little room to work.
Davis stop.
Let me give you a little clue as to why the jet is not happening. When this guy goes in motion, Auburn is coming very wide with their safety. They're giving the look
13-yard pickup.
to LSU. Watch them get width. They're telling them we are not in alignment going to let you get outside of us. When the motion goes, they get wide quickly.
There's the motion again. And finally, they give it to Gage. Gage had a 30-yard touchdown last week, and he's off to the races here. Gage, one man to beat. He's all the way down to the 6-yard line. It worked that time.
It sure did. When that's all you got is the jet sweep, you use the jet sweep. First time they really ran it all game. Gage goes one way, comes back the other way. The safety did not get wide enough. You see that?
At 1st and goal at the 7.
Nick Ruffin did not get wide enough, and all of a sudden the jet sweep gets outside. The double motion, one way or another, did not allow the safety to get wide enough in a big play, a big running play for LSU.
Led the tacklers.
Gage 70 yards on that carry down to the 7.
And the end of it, he just kind of put some LSU player right on his back with about 2 or 3 moves. It was Stephen Roberts, number 14.
Jerry, they got to take advantage of this.
They do. They almost 4-down territory no matter what, right?
Yep.
I mean, if you're calling plays now as Matt Canada, you're thinking I'm using all 4 plays.
2nd and goal at the 7. They'll try it again with Dillon. Dillon trying to get to the edge, to the end zone, and he got racked at the 1 by Jarrett Davis.
When you talk to the coaches around the league about these jet sweeps, they talk in terms of option offense. They say it's assignment football, and to them it's almost inside-out defense. You got to stop the jet sweep as if it's a pitch first, and then you got to move inside.
Etling under center with Geis behind him. Darius Geis, airborne, nothing.
Recreated the line of scrimmage. Auburn just pushed the LSU line backwards and didn't even allow Darius Geis to get in the air. He was going to try to dive over the top. He had no chance to even jump. Montravius Atkinson met him in the hole, but he got a great push up front.
There's their red zone efficiency this year, and they need a yard badly. 4th down.
Do you dare run the ball up the middle again?
Hasn't worked so far.
They've got Tony Carter in that position. Remember, he caught a touchdown pass a week ago.
Trying to get to the edge, and they do with a touchdown. Sullivan. Boy, they needed that one.
Took them 5 plays, but they didn't go inside that time, and they got a huge one. Sullivan coming across, hits at full speed, breaks 1 tackle that time from Jeff Holland, and that's all he needed.
Colts extra point is up and good. And the life that LSU's Tigers desperately needed, they just got on a 90-yard drive in 6 plays. The big one was Russell Gage going 70 yards to get it close. Sullivan did the rest from the 1 on 4th and goal. 20-7 Auburn. How about Stephon Sullivan's first carry as a college player is a touchdown?
They saved it. They saved it for the last moment. Well, they just did not feel. They hit too many shots up the middle. They had to try something else, whether it was a play-action pass or a jet sweep, and they went jet sweep.
So Gamble to kick off. Big Vic Nagany and Cam Martin are back deep for the Auburn Tigers. And not going to bring it out. The Auburn offense with Kerryon Johnson in the backfield from their 30-yard line.
Arden Key way back there with the spread formations. He's walking off. When they come tight, he plays tight.
Kerryon Johnson carries on into the secondary.
Another nice cut.
Man.
That was pretty well defended again. Kerryon Johnson is able to see space where the normal guys wouldn't. Watch this. Taken on well. Where's a hole? Where's a hole? Cut back. Beautiful play.
Got 9. Second down and a yard. LSU shifting on the defensive front as Johnson rips off the first down run. And now he's over 100.
Well, you know Gus Malzahn loves to run the football. And if he can run the football, keep his defense on the bench, run down the rest of this first half and get another field goal or a touchdown, he will take that. Now, his offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey, might be a little more aggressive.
Johnson with 107 on the ground. Gets the carry again. Waits patiently. A little bit of Le'Veon Bell there.
Totally.
You know.
Be very patient. Pause. Relax. Trust that you're going to find that crease. You know your offensive linemen are good run blockers. He looks up and just says, I'll just be very patient and I'll find something.
Gary already said the 7th 100-yard game now of his career. With over 100 in this half. Play action. Stidham fires. Got a man, and what a catch by Davis.
Well, you cannot do any better than that. He faked the post. Play action pass. Plenty of time to run this out, and look at that layout.
Tight end Harris in motion. And they'll try to lead the way for Kerryon Johnson, who busts it up in the middle. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be second down and 1.
Well, Mike Horton, the regular left guard for Auburn, has played every game. Injured Austin Golson has gone to his left guard position, and Golson, as Brad told you, has played 5 different spots on this offensive line, and today
he's in his 3rd right now.
That's right. There he is, left guard, number 73 right there.
Second down, a yard. Kerryon Johnson again just easily gets to the 20-yard line.
And they eat clock, and they make first downs.
Talk about Austin Golson, the captain. Here's her snaps by position entering today. Center, left tackle, right tackle, left and right guard. Even forward tight end in goal line. That's a guy that can do it all.
And that's part of Herb Hand's philosophy, the offensive line coach for Auburn.
So, number 95, penalties declines. Personal foul, grasping the face mask. Number 18 of the defense. This penalty will be enforced after George the goal line. Automatic first down.
I didn't see the face mask.
I didn't either. Christian Lockature, number 18, is the guy who was called, and this methodical drive continues. LSU does get the ball to start the second half, but they may need it.
Under center, Stidham. And again, they'll try a little jet sweep of their own to Stove, and Stove cartwheels down to about the 8, maybe inside the 8.
You want to see how to turn the jet sweep in? Watch Corey Thompson, number 23, on this play. He's going to turn it in by getting width. He sees the jet sweep, he widens, he takes on the blocker and turns it into the help and allows the tackle to be made.
Auburn back to the Wildcat. There's their efficiency in the red zone. Kerryon Johnson's a pretty good guy to carry it. But LSU equal to the task, and Devin White, another big tackle for number 40.
Devin White talked to us yesterday about not looking at the window dressing. When the motion goes across, don't even think about looking at that guy. As inside linebacker, keep your eyes trained on the tailback or the remaining back, and he did it on that one.
Stidham now. It's 3rd and goal.
They got one-on-one on the bottom. If they want to throw the fade, they got a lot of room down here.
From the 8, there's the fade Gary called for. Broken up. Nice play by Williams at the last moment to get his right hand.
And remember, that's Andreas Williams, a true freshman. It's a great matchup. No doubt you have to challenge the true freshman right there, and he came through.
They call him greedy, and he was just greedy enough on the last second on that play.
Yeah, it's a perfect play. Nothing bad usually can happen on this thing, but Andreas Williams comes through. He leads the team in interceptions with 3 true freshmen by himself out there.
So that brings on Carlson for the 3rd time. This should be a chipper from 26. Up and good again. 26-yard field goal, but it could have been worse. LSU defense did their job to hold the Tigers of Auburn to 3. So Auburn goes 62 yards in 10 plays, a little over 4 minutes off the clock. They had to settle for a Carlson field goal, but for the LSU Tigers, it's sort of a win. They didn't need to give up another touchdown right there.
Yeah, but if you're LSU, Ed Orgeron has to look at Matt Canada and say, we'd like to maybe be careful with the football down here. Danny has been a little shaky. Remember the end of the Florida first half where he was shaky? But the way Auburn is scoring, you got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to be aggressive. You're going to get the second half kickoff. You got to get back in this game. You're not going to be able to play safe.
Edwards-Helaire will field this one and take a knee. 1, 2, 3 throw. And it's Chark. Broken tackle. Down the sideline. There's the big play they needed. All the way to the 38.
And now you got your whole offense. Has a long throw, a bit of a gamble by Carlton Davis that time. He misjudged the throw and cost it. You need to play safe there, Carlton. You cannot give up a big play on a 3-yard pass.
Pick up a 37. Etling now in trouble in the pocket, and he's going to be, he got rid of the ball to Moreau, the tight end. I thought he was going down, but he got it out of there.
I think Jeff Holland thought he had a sack. He was going to say, well, wait a second. I don't want to get called for roughing the passer. Watch Holland come around. He has him, and then all of a sudden, he gets rid of it.
And now it's Etling on the keeper. Heading to the sideline, just got what he needed and got out of bounds with 1:25 to go on a first down.
You can take your time, no hurry at all if you're LSU. You've got an eternity.
Especially with that full pocket of timeouts. At the 27.
Boy, Carlton Davis would like to have that one back. Throw a 3-yard pass and you get burned like that with that big of a play by Chalk.
They're just going to keep grinding. 45 seconds in the half. Here's the shovel pass inside. That was dangerous. Moreau got maybe a yard out of it.
Now they'll take the timeout. I think it was Montrevious Atkinson, number 48, that read that play and made the tackle.
That's the second time they tried that. There's a lot of congestion in there. At the 14-yard line, 40 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts on this drive. Danny Etling 4 to 5.
Be a lot different feel going into halftime with points on the board here for this LSU offense.
Gage is in the slot. Etling going to throw to the end zone to Gage. Diving attempt. Did he catch it? Yes! Touchdown!
It's close. It's close. It's very close. Let's make sure he caught it. Can't tell. He's behind the camera on that one. Here's the look. Another layout. Does the ball bounce? Actually, we're behind another camera. We got cameras everywhere here. Now he's behind the body. They're going to give him the touchdown, I think. We do not have anything clear. This play, unless we see something on this one, the ball can touch the ground. That's not a big deal. He can't lose the control.
Under, isn't it?
Yep, I think they're going to count it. What a catch.
Beautiful.
And Danny Etling produces a touchdown at the
doink.
You got it.
Okay, Vern, but it goes through.
It did.
Connor Culp with a doink, but what a touchdown grab by Russell Gage. Might not be a sellout crowd here today, but they're making some noise for their team as they head to the locker room. End of the first half, 23-14.
And when they head out, they'll get the football.
For Allie's halftime interview with Coach Orgeron, you can go to Twitter at SEC on CBS. But right now, let's head to Adam Zucker and the guys in our New York studios. Zuck. A few moments ago here at halftime, a lot of fun. The 2007 LSU Tigers National Championships honored, including their head coach, Les Miles. And Ellie caught up with the Mad Hatter after that ceremony.
Coach, you have so many incredible memories from here in Death Valley. What's it like being back on this field with a group of guys that you won the national championship with?
Everybody contributed. You look around and you see every guy had a significant role. Ryan Perilou played in the championship for the conference, and our starting quarterback, we didn't get him back healthy. Jacob Hester was a leader right straight through. We stood in that indoor facility and decided that we were going to win this conference and see where we're going to be at the back end. And then the narrative at the back end was, after we'd won the conference, was we were the only undefeated team during regulation, and that got us in the game.
When you held up that crystal ball, the team rallied around you and did one last huddle. This whole stadium rose to their feet. What emotions were going through you?
This is a place where I have been tied emotionally for my entire time here. The Florida game with Tebow and going for it, 5 times on 4th down. I mean, this is a special place to me. This is sacred turf.
Coach, before you leave, I have prepared a plate of only the best grass from Death Valley. We got a little from the coach's box, a little from the end zone.
It's just the back end of this thing, and only the white root that you're really trying to get. You don't really need a big chunk.
Okay, just a little bit.
Perfect.
Does it taste as good as you remember?
Yeah. In fact, this place is just as I remember.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
The back end is only Les could say it, and coaches' meetings are not the same without Les Miles right now.
No, it isn't. But you know what? This LSU team learned from that 2007 team. They were down 10 points to Auburn in 2007, came back and won that game. Only 9 points. The biggest story of the first half, LSU stayed in the football game.
And a great drive, 75-yard march before halftime to put them right in the thick of things as we start the third quarter in Baton Rouge at the 25-yard line. No gain for Darrell Williams.
As Kevin Steele, Brad told you, there he is, working the gum a little bit. And all around college football, stops here, as he said 2 years ago before he went and followed up Will Muschamp as defensive coordinator for this Auburn football team. He actually gives Will a lot of credit for setting the path for this Auburn defense to be what it is now. A lot of man-to-man, went out and recruited the corners and the edge players that were needed, and we all know Will can build a defense.
See what LSU's offense can do. Trailing by 9. Etling. Short throw and short-armed. That one intended for John David Moore.
Yeah, John David Moore fell down that time, or Etling would have had an easy completion. But let's go back to the end of that half. First play. Too big of a gamble that time by Carlton Davis allows the first play to be almost 40 yards. And how about this by Danny Etling getting and voiding a sack. And then he's a recipient of one of those gifts as a quarterback. One of those, oh my gosh, I get to do this again, and if I do, I don't mind lobbing it up for the touchdown. Matt Canada said Danny Etling had to have his best game. I think he actually is.
I think so too. Gonna need 10 here though on 3rd down, and here comes the rush. Steps up, fires, and incomplete, intended for Derek Dillon.
I thought Derek Dillon stopped on the route. I thought Danny Etling thought he was going to keep coming across the field, and Dillon stopped. That's why the ball looked like it was such a poor throw.
I think Danny was also maybe thinking about a holding call. He's still looking up at the Jumbotron.
Yeah, he's wondering what happened to my receiver. He was running across the field full speed.
Uh-huh. Von Rosenberg to punt around his own 15. Stephen Roberts has to backpedal on this one. Got it at the 27 and dropped. Nice play. Great job by Russell Gage. He's doing it all as a runner, receiver, and on special teams.
Roberts.
Yeah, because that was about a 15-yard extra yardage there if he doesn't make that tackle. Stephen Roberts is going to make one guy miss and goes down right there.
And now a taste of tradition presented by Sonic. Here's Allie.
Hey, Brad. So did you ever wonder how purple and gold became the LSU school colors? Well, the story actually traces back to 1893 when Dr. Charles Coates, he was one of the world's leading sugar chemists. He amalgamated the two colors together. Dr. Coates, a chemistry professor here on campus, was assigned to coach the Tiger football team. Before their first game, he went on to buy some special material to gussy up the jerseys, which were blue and white back then. Well, stores were stocking up for Mardi Gras, so the only fabric available, purple and gold, two of the three traditional Mardi Gras colors. The Tigers lost that game. He didn't coach again, but the sugar professor delivered some sweet history.
Did he ever? And when you go to Mardi Gras, you go to New Orleans or around here, most of the beads are gold and purple. Had a lot of student body throw some beads at me doing an open of a basketball game one time. They all saved them until we did the on-camera, and they came flying at me. Final half minute of the third quarter.
Callie was talking about the injury to Rashard Lawrence. He is back in the game, number 90.
And now Arden Key in a stand-up. On the other side, Kerryon Johnson backpedals his way into the 25.
There's your warrior playing. Number 90 makes that tackle. It was such a great thing for the LSU fans to watch these guys lay it on the field, not playing for their own name, playing for the LSU name. The seniors take on the block, Lawrence does, and watch him make the tackle. What a play.
Do they have some more of that and some offense in the fourth quarter? That's the question. They are down by 9 at home to the Auburn Tigers. Into 3, 23-14. Tiger Bowl's got a quarter left. We'll return to Baton Rouge after this message and a word from your local station. Barging down the Mississippi and barging into the fourth quarter at Tiger Stadium at Baton Rouge. Auburn 23, LSU 14. Third down and 5, Auburn at its own 25. Crowd trying to help the LSU defense. Stidham steps up, fires near sideline. Slayton couldn't get to it, and it's fourth down. Tolliver again holding his own over on that corner. As we start the fourth quarter, Brad Nessler with Gary Danielson. Something just flew in and hit you in the face.
I got it.
Hey, we got a good game.
We do. You know, it's all been either LSU's defense or lack of execution by this Auburn offense. They had 188 yards in the first quarter. Last two quarters under 130. Only have thrown the ball under 50 yards the last two quarters.
You said Danny Etling thinks it's been his best game. They're going to need more out of him now.
They needed at least an A game from him. He's got to finish this off. They need 2 scores. And we've seen some crazy things happen in these games right to the last second.
Chark camps under this one at the 25. That might be a block in the back. Maybe not. Chark going the other way. Got the corner. Blockers in front. Chark down the sideline. He's going to take it. Touchdown, LSU. His second punt return touchdown of the year. The man they call the Flash just flashed for 75 and has his team right in the thick of things.
Well, there were a couple blocks that were close, and I'm sure we'll get another look at it. But once Chark got to the sideline, he's too fast for anybody to catch.
Extra point up and good. 23-21.
Man, nothing. I don't see anything. I think those are all good no calls right there. Yellis, and at the end, Jacoby Stevens right there. Jacoby Stevens, number 3, with a great shield block. The last guy that had a chance couldn't get through number 3. Now, I know all these Auburn players don't remember how long it's been, but this should underline, Ness, how long it's been since they won there. We were working together the last time.
That was in a whole different place.
Exactly.
Here's the kick. And it's going to be fielded at the 2. Igbenogany. And he's got the return out to the 25. Let's check in with Allie.
Guys, after Turk scored the touchdown, you saw a guy in a red hat go running down the sidelines. It was Brandon LaFell, the former Tiger who now plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. He said, that's my guy. And moments before that play, he pulled him aside and he said, you can't just tell your teammates that they have to go out there and make it happen. You have to show them. And he responded on the very next play with the touchdown. It was a pretty cool moment.
I guess so. There's LaFell.
And there's a lot of LSU guys in the NFL, more than any other college team. 50 ex-LSU players in the NFL, number one.
Like I said earlier, it may not be full, but it's getting noisy in here. Let's see if Kerryon Johnson can quiet the crowd. Goes for 4 more. Devin White, as always, seems like in on the tackle. Kerryon Johnson's closing in on his career high in carries, which happened a week ago. Toted it 28 times in the win over Ole Miss.
There are no easy pass completions for Auburn on the field. I don't know why. Why are they just constantly throwing the deep ball? Give them a short pass.
Maybe to Hastings. Well, they're going to keep running it. Yard short. Johnson. Arden Key made the stop that time. 3rd down and 1.
I mean, remember, this game was 20-0, Auburn. 2 field goals since the first quarter for this Auburn offense. Less than 50 yards passing.
You know, their last 2 series, 3 plays, 5 yards, punt both times. Here they go. They got another 3rd down.
Well, they got extra tackle in the game now. They've got 6 offensive linemen in the game.
I'd say it's Kerryon Johnson. No, it's not. It's an end around to Eli Stove. Stove got the edge, got the 1st down. And Devin White made the stop, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, it was a good call, and Devin White did a good job of keeping this from not being a big play. Look at him make up ground on that play. Stove is a small, fast guy, and White runs him down.
So there's the first down for the Auburn offense in their last 3 possessions. We were talking about where would the LSU offense come from. Now we're asking the same question about Auburn.
Austin Golson is back at center. Casey Dunn injured again.
Kerryon Johnson hesitates, blasts his way ahead, got about 4 out of that.
Again, one of the questions I had about this offense is, would this Auburn offense be effective under Gus without the quarterback having the keep? Look at that, ignored by LSU. If that's Nick Marshall or Cam Newton, they're not ignoring that guy.
Right. The next carry by Kerryon Johnson will be the most he's ever had in one game. And it's right there, number 29 of the day. Dives forward to midfield.
Johnson, right side to midfield.
Here's what Gary was talking about. Those 2 guys running quarterbacks, not so much with number 8.
Yeah, when we talked to Gus, he said, I've done it before without a running quarterback, you know, and I listened, but I don't remember any championships without him, right?
Not at Tulsa.
No, not at Tulsa.
3rd and 1. Will it be the 30th carry for Kerryon Johnson? It will, and he didn't get there. Stop short.
Big decision for Gus Malzahn right here. Will he go for it on 4th down?
Donnie Alexander was the first guy to meet Johnson.
Same look that they handed the sweep before. Oh, he's going to go punt formation at least. I'm surprised. 4th and less than a yard.
Last time, Aiden Marshall punted to number 7. It went 75 yards the other way. I would think he would like to keep it out of his hands. Kicked it a mile in the air, but way short.
Yep.
And it does not take a good bounce either.
That ball's free. That ball is free. Oh, wave dead right there.
And right there is about the 27-yard line. Here we go. LSU's got it back. 10:28 to play. Down 2. Going to have a great finish in Death Valley. We got 10:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Auburn Tigers clinging to a 2-point lead, and the LSU Tigers have it back on offense. From the 27. Here's a give to Geis. Darius. Geis. Nice stiff arm. Got about 15.
So this is a formation that LSU could not feature until they got a healthy Geis, having 2 running backs in the game. Matt told us yesterday that he had a real package put together for Williams and Geis together, and you see it right there.
He gave Daniel Thomas one right in the face mask with that left hand to pick up an extra 5 yards. And now Geis split out as a wide receiver. He'll come in motion. First down at the 42. Etling.
See, again, that's Danny Etling. He's got to know where his other guys are. He's got Darius Geis to drop the ball off to after he makes the fake. If you don't have it, your coach is depending on you to say, Danny, go to your progression. If it's not open down here, remember the guy you faked it to. Watch, play action pass. Nothing there. Drop it. Drop it off to your running back.
There was nobody.
And he's going to get intentional grounding. Yep.
Nobody within 15 yards of Geis either.
Nope. And he's in the pocket, and you have to throw it to receiver when you're in the pocket.
Down. Second down.
Loss of down as well.
See, that's just a mental mistake that you're hoping when you call one of these plays that your quarterback, if it's not there, I'm going to give you a play that's a big play. But if it's not there, don't hurt us. And that's exactly what happened.
Second down and 16.
Second down and 16. The big shift will move 2 tight ends to the left, as well as Dillon. They'll keep it on the ground at Williams. Darrell Williams racked up after maybe a yard. Stephen Roberts from the secondary was the first man to get to him.
Well, you can almost feel on that call, Matt Canada says, well, wait a second. It's a field goal game. And 2nd and 3rd and long, I'm not going to have my quarterback make a big mistake here and end this football game. Let's just, if we have to, let's punt it, but let's do something safe here. Let's not make a mistake at this time.
Defense is playing well. There's nothing wrong with a punt. There's still a lot of time to go.
Yep.
3rd and 15. Auburn Tigers bringing a blitz. Etling is going to throw long. Jump ball for Chark. He got it. I don't know if Denson just lost track of the play or the ball or what, but it fell in the lap of Chark.
And what a safe throw it was. If you're going to throw it downfield, man to man. Either your guy gets it or nobody gets it.
All the way down to the 34.
One of those 50-50 balls that hurt Auburn in the Clemson game.
Etling over 200 yards now in the air. First down just inside the Auburn 35. It's Geis again, and he's down to the 28.
Follow J.D. Moore, number 18, and you've got a positive play. J.D. Moore, a little fullback, little H-back, but that time he got to the 2nd level, and Geis got to the 2nd level.
You saw Connor Culp warming up in the net over there on the sideline. Right now, they'd like to use about 4 minutes and get a touchdown.
Exactly. Another one of those last-second plays, right?
Yep.
Just a second earlier than last year.
Shift both tight ends, plus Stephon Sullivan, but it's Geis just to the line of scrimmage. That's it. We're under 4 minutes.
That was a great play by Jeff Howland that time. He crashed in from his left side, just beat his man and got in there before Geis could get started. It's right at a 45-yard field goal here right now.
3rd down and 3. Darrell Williams comes in. Geis goes out. There's Connor Culp trying not to think about it.
Can't take a sack, can't take a penalty. You got to remind everybody, let Danny Etling run here.
3rd and 3. Boy, you called it. And he's close.
Just now, what a call here. You know, if you make a first down, you're going to take at least Auburn's 3 timeouts away from them, but a field goal wins the game. You don't have the greatest field goal kicker. Ed, that's why you're making the big bucks. They're going to go for it, aren't they? No. Change their mind. They've gone back and forth.
Ball's at the 25-yard line.
Here comes Connor Culp. 42-yard field goal attempt. His longest, as Gary mentioned earlier this year, is 45. For the LSU lead for Culp. Kick up and perfect. Got it.
Brad, in practice Thursday, they probably simulated 7 or 8 2-minute drives where it had to end in a field goal. I will say this, they all got closer. They were only 25-yarders. This one was way more pressure, and I think there were 5 people watching, not 80,000 or whatever it is here.
And their quarterback says, attaboy Connor. He'll be the smallest big man on campus tonight if the lead holds up.
Well, that LSU defense has pitched 2.5 quarters of great defense. Can they finish off this game? Auburn, obviously, all 3 timeouts.
Auburn's got all their timeouts. Jarrett Stidham in this half 1 of 6 for 6 yards.
Too many deep balls, not enough easy throws.
Gamble's kick with the adrenaline flowing all the way out of the back of the end zone. Play action, quick swing pass out. Oh, man. All over that play. Devin Barrett got hammered as soon as he caught it.
How about Grant Delpit, number 9? He gave up that early touchdown. He's a big guy, 6'2", 200-some pounds, comes up and lays the hit.
2nd down and 10.
Rashard Lawrence back in the game, number 90, playing on one ankle, basically.
Stidham, play action to Johnson. Got leveled as he let go of the ball, and it's incomplete. Intended for Canella, the tight end.
Well, Devin White times out this delayed blitz and lays out the quarterback. You want to play quarterback? This is what it is.
Stidham's going to feel that one till Thursday.
And all Devin White did was delay a half a second, allow for the center to turn, and then he hit it full speed.
3rd and 10. Here comes a blitz. It's picked up well, and Stidham delivers, but it's incomplete. Slayton couldn't hold it.
Remember, they got all 3 timeouts. You have to punt the ball here.
Wouldn't have been a first down had he caught it.
No, but they'd have gone for it if Eddie caught it, I'll tell you that.
Here's the ball game.
You go to Hastings. Hastings is in the slot.
Number 33 right there. 4th and 10. Looked like there's a little movement on the line. Stidham steps in, steps out, trying to find an open man. Fires. Deep jump ball broken up by Dante Jackson. LSU takes over on downs.
Tried to throw the ball over the middle. Nothing was there. He felt the clock ticking. Had to get out of the pocket. One throw downfield, and Jackson makes the play. If LSU runs the ball here, Auburn should let them score.
We talked about that last week, and that should have been the strategy in the Florida game.
Remember, if LSU runs the ball, they should let them score. If they run it down and take a knee, let them go.
They'll run it, but they're going to bring Geis down after a 4 or 5 yard pickup.
They'll get the ball back with about 45 seconds.
Another timeout. 90 seconds left in Death Valley. The home field's been pretty good to LSU against Auburn for a long time. 8 straight. The Auburn Tigers looked like they were in control earlier in this game.
Remember this, LSU has a play, and if they get a first down, they take a knee. They do not want to score.
Geis got about 3.
They talked about it with us Friday, that if we make a first down, we instruct our back to fall down.
Darius Geis has been the guy to handle it on each of these snaps on this drive. He'll handle it again. Puts his head into the middle of that pack. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 4th down.
So if you're LSU now, you let it run down as far as you can. You take your time out. You got to kick the field goal. You can't allow Carlson to beat you with a long field goal at the end.
So we get down. Be under a minute.
Yeah, right about 40
seconds.
Yeah.
The 19-yard line.
Josh Grouden to hold. Connor Culp to try to tack on 3 more. His last one was 42. This is a 36-yard field goal attempt. Culp, kick, good again.
Culp's kick was good.
That much closer to the big man on campus.
Perfect execution. The snap just a little bit low, below head high. Second kick in a row right down the pipe.
And the reaction from the redshirt freshman, nothing to this. So 27-23, 38 seconds for Auburn and no timeouts. Gamble nailed the last one out of the back of the end zone. He will do it again. Auburn will work from the 25. Down 4. They need a touchdown. There's the numbers Gary was talking about.
Yeah, it was a lot easier the last time they had the ball. All they needed to do was get to about the 35-yard line to win the game. This time, they had all 3 timeouts. This time, they got nothing, and they got to go the whole length.
75 yards away in 38 seconds. Stidham. Look out. Arden Key from behind. Stidham's going to take off. Trying to get to the first down marker.
First down. That's a big first down there.
Clock stops to move the chains. And that.
Wait, they didn't stop the clock.
Stop it.
Holy cow. Auburn's going to be upset with that.
Stidham fires. Broken up. Intended for Hastings. Dante Jackson there.
Cost them about 6 seconds on that play by not stopping the clock.
The sun will soon find its home in the western sky.
16 seconds remaining.
First down is called. A signal timeout. The clock never stops.
Time for 2 or 3 plays. Maybe. Here comes a blitz. Stidham fires under pressure. Broken up again by Dante Jackson.
I'll tell you, Dave Aranda is not playing prevent. I'll tell you that right now. He is coming after the quarterback. He's playing man-to-man behind it. 1 free safety, but they're coming at him. Coming around the side, Corey Thompson this time is the guy that puts the pressure. Devin White from the inside. They're giving him 2.5 seconds, and he has to throw the ball.
11 seconds left.
2 more plays.
Here they come again. Stidham fires, and Jackson almost had an interception. It would have been a touchdown.
Stidham's pass intended on the sidelines.
Well, that's the second. Well, this interception actually isn't as big as the last one that was dropped by Auburn. It cost them 7 points. This one would have clinched the game, obviously.
Remember when we said earlier it hasn't been a good 24 hours for Cats? 9th-ranked Cougars of Washington State lost last night. 2nd-ranked Tigers of Clemson lost last night. The number 10 Tigers of Auburn have 1 play left. Stidham hit by Key. That's the ball game. And the 10th-ranked Tigers fall as well. Now the Auburn Tigers still looking for their first win at Tiger Stadium this century.
And I tell you, has Ed Ogeron now won over the fans who just 2 weeks ago were calling for his and the athletic director's head just 2 weeks ago. Since then, they knocked off Florida on the road and a top 10 team Auburn at home down 20 points.
And now it's LSU in the thick of things in the West because they're 2-1 and 5-2. Danny Etling's keeping that one.
Remember this, though. Auburn still controls their destiny as well.
Alley's with a winning coach.
Coach, congratulations on the win. First, walk us through. Under 3 minutes, you're driving, you're down 2. What are you telling your coaches in this team?
Just continue to do what we're doing. We're going to win the game. We felt like we were going to win the game the whole second half. What a great team win. I can't thank our fans enough. They were the difference in the second half.
How emotional is this win, Coach?
It's good. It's good to win.
After being down 20-0, this team fought. They did what you asked them to do. They give Auburn their first SEC loss. What did they prove to these fans and to you? I'm just so proud of our coaching staff, our fans, and our players. One team, one heartbeat. What a great win for the Tigers. Congratulations, Coach.
Go Tigers.
One of the many heroes, number 7, PJ Chark. And you think the players aren't loving the last couple of weeks? John Battle hugging his head coach, Coach O. Dating back to 1949, this is the biggest comeback by LSU against an SEC opponent in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, and you could amplify that by an opponent who was a top 10 team that everybody was thinking is right in the hunt for it. I know they're still alive, but what a comeback win.
A couple of weeks ago, they weren't exactly the toast of Baton Rouge. Right. They are now, aren't they? Final score, 27-23. The Tigers over the Tigers. Big win for LSU on their home field. That's going to wrap it up for us. For Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce, Brad Nessler saying so long from Baton Rouge. College football postgame show powered by Ram is up next after these messages. So long from Death Valley.